What's the truth behind balanced audio? You know, it's time to uncover the truth. It comes from Dave in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania. Didn't we have somebody else? Maybe the same guy. Paul, you touched a bit on this in your balanced versus unbalanced video, but why are there components with XLR connectors that are not fully balanced? You seem to intimate that in that video, this was some sort of sham. Please explain the difference between these two types of balanced components. Okay, let's uncover the truth. Yes, oh yes, we should do that. You know, I used to refer to this as fake balanced, real balanced. That's probably unfair. So we've been through this before, but it's always helpful to go through it again. A balanced signal is where you have you have two signals, a plus and a minus, right? They're the same signal, but they're going like this. They're out of phase with each other. So as one is going in the positive direction, the other is going in the negative direction, and they're balanced. And the reason that we call them balanced is because they're doing the exact same thing at the same time, but in opposite directions. Why does that matter? Well, it matters because on the other side of the cable that we're sending this balance signal through, if we have a properly designed input stage, it will take and amplify only the balanced signals, only everything that isn't the same. So why is that important? Well, if we only amplify that which is not the same, then we don't amplify things that are in common. Okay? Now, I know this is, but just hold that in your little shift register, hold that in your head. Okay. So what would be in common that we don't want? Well, there's the biggest answer to that is noise. So if we have a cable and there is a source of noise, whether it's radiated through the air through radio waves or static or hum from a transformer, whatever, it's traveling through the air and it goes into our cable, it's going to be, because of the size of the cable, it's going to be equal in both wires and all the wires within the cable. That makes sense? So you got two wires inside here. One has, each signal, and each signal is different than the other by 180 degrees. It's out of phase. And so both of those wires now have that same hum or whatever is we don't want on them. And our input amplifier is going to ignore the things in common and amplify the things that are different. And that's why balanced is important. There's other things too. If we have, like distortion and other things that the circuit generates, those too will be ignored. Doesn't matter. So, some circuits and on some equipment, and this was maybe a long time ago, didn't have true balanced inputs. So they had a XLR connector, but they didn't actually have much in the way of what we call common mode rejection. They didn't have a proper circuit on the input to reject those things in common that we don't want. More than that is the output stage. Now here's where I started saying, well, this is a tough one, because without getting too technical, there is also a way to have a fully balanced circuit, which means not only do we have balanced inputs and outputs, but throughout the entire circuitry, we are balanced. One side doing one thing while the other side's doing the other thing. And it's balanced from input to output. Most circuits in consumer audio goods are not fully balanced. So what they'll do is they'll have a single balanced circuit, a single-ended circuit, which is just the up and down, and there's no two signals. At the very end of it, they'll simply put an op amp and they'll flip the phase so that now we have a push and a pull output to feed our cable. That's legit. It's just not legit to call it a balanced circuit, because it isn't. So it is a balanced output, and as long as the receiving unit has a true balanced input, not a sham balanced input, then at least you'll get rid of the noise of the cable between the two. So if PS Audio tells you we have a fully balanced circuit, well, you can bet your bippy we have a fully balanced circuit. But no, I mean, a lot of our stuff isn't balanced, but it is certainly, if we offer you an XLR connector on the input, you can bet that sucker has good common mode rejection. Otherwise, that would be kind of disingenuous to offer that to you, and we don't do that kind of stuff. If you have any questions like that, call us, call one of our hi-fi experts, our hi-fi assistants, whatever you want to call them, and they'll answer these kinds of questions for you. 800 PS Audio, just call up, shoot the shit with them. Yep. All right. Anyway, thank you for being part of the Hi-Fi family, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.